Hello, it's Sunday morning. Citygirlhomestead, Chris, how are you? This morning's breakfast is going to be a little bit different. I'm trying to make some room in my freezer and use up some, a couple things here and there. So, it's going to be a typical breakfast, but not a typical breakfast. So, bear with me. I've caught whatever my youngest grandson had and not feeling the best this morning. So the first thing, remember I used all those little mini pancakes. So we're going to put those on my baking tray. And I'm going to spread them out here so that they can, because basically they're already cooked. You just need to warm them up. So I'm going to put them in the oven on 200 and just let them get warm. If it doesn't get warmed up enough, then we'll put them in the microwave. I have some sausage I bought like a year ago. So we're going to put that in this pan so it can start cooking up. I'm sure it'll be just fine. He felt better after a couple of days, so hopefully Grandma does too. Last year at this time, Grandma had COVID, and I got very, very sick. And actually, when I was in that food line yesterday with Jack, last year I couldn't take him because I did have COVID and I couldn't go anywhere. So, this year, hopefully, this is just a cold, and I told my son I'd caught a cold from AJ, and I hadn't had a cold in, oh my gosh, you guys, I couldn't tell you how many years. And when I got it, I was like a big baby. I mean, that made me just like, whew, kicked my butt. But anyway, so we're going to get this sausage cooking up. I love sausage. Sometimes it doesn't love me, but I love sausage. So we're going to let that cook up a little bit. And I'm actually going to use just a tad bit of bacon grease in there too. Not a whole lot. Alright. And then, remember we had those potatoes the other day that were really big that we used for the, I think it was taco potatoes. So, I had one of those left. Oops. That wouldn't have been good. So I put this one in the microwave for a little bit. For, I think 3 minutes I used it for. And we're going to cut these up into really small pieces. Not real tiny, but you know what I mean. The microwave makes them very, very hot. Alrighty. Alright, so we got that potato all cooked up. Then, from all the baking, I had 3 eggs left. So I'm going to put 3 eggs in a bowl. And we're going to scramble them. Alrighty. So we've got everything started, and I'll be back when this gets cooked down just a little bit more. Alright, so now my sausage is about, I'd say 85 to 90% done. And I'm going to put my potato in there. And mix that in with it. So we can get that potato browned up a little bit, I guess. Now, I know I used bacon grease, but when it comes to my potatoes, I love butter. So I'm going to use a little bit of butter in there so everything doesn't stick. And then I'm going to salt and pepper it. And then it'll have that sausage flavor in there too, and a little bit of bacon grease flavor. Should be really delish. And I'm sure Tom will love a breakfast sink concoction. I'm sure he'll love it. So I'll be back when the potatoes get a little bit more done. Alright, so now the last thing that I'm going to do, those 3 eggs, I'm going to pour this over everything. Excuse me. And kind of mix those eggs in with everything. And let them cook up as well. So here's my kitchen sink breakfast. So I'm going to put everything together and get it plated up, and then I'll bring you back to see what Tom thinks about the kitchen sink. I'll be back. Alrighty, so there's Tom's kitchen sink breakfast, and he's actually going to use my home canned syrup on his little tiny pancakes there. My home canned syrup is so yummy. Isn't it, Tom? You gotta try the potato stuff too, not just that. That is sausage, leftover potato, and the last 3 eggs that we had. Is it pretty good for being leftovers? Mm-hmm. Breakfast for a king?
Absolutely.
You ready for the live tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Goodbye, Tom.
Bye, Tom.
You guys have a blessed night. We'll see you later.